This week was a great lesson how not to estimate. It's Monday, today my guests come. Working from home is great, and having a separate office in your home and being a person who works remotely is really awesome for me. But when the family comes and you are a bit out of your daily routine, it's getting harder. I was just doing the fix for unselectable text in my Pomodoro clock, and these small changes make you and the users love the app. They make the users feel that you really care about them. Last week somebody wrote under the video about Simon Game that they don't go this further mile to checking the projects that are not their private. I think that if you really devote your time to start any project, it's better to do it 120%, because it's still your portfolio, still you devote your time, and time is the most precious currency that you have. Majority of the week was like that, so it was the time spent with my guests. This is the best motivational tool. So whenever you are not in a mood for coding, whenever you are not focused enough to start coding because you are tired or you are thinking about something else, turn on the music that you like and start coding. It works. The first thoughts on SAS is that it's very organized, very modular, and very useful, and it's like a natural step after getting to know CSS and using it for a while. The code in SAS seems to be really easier to maintain and easier to add in other components, easier to come back after time to. And great for bigger apps, great for working in a team, great for maintenance of the project and coming back to it later because of its imports, because of its variables. And the huge plus is also how you write in SAS, how clean it is, that you don't need this extra semicolons, that you don't need this extra brackets. That's why I hate when people call SAS what is SCSS. Okay, they are convertible, you can change one into other, but SCSS is not SASS. I really admire you, the guys who work on a daily basis and come back after work and start learning to code. Very often, as I read, people do it as a second job, they do it at night, so I really admire you, and I keep the fingers crossed for your success, because it's really hard, and I got just only guests, and it's harder to stay on a daily track of learning to code. I'm focused on coding the whole day, and majority of the time I spend on coding, on learning to code, on learning to design. But you guys who really do it, partially after work and still manage to do it successfully, you rock, guys. So it's really something awesome, and this needs the power inside. It's Thursday, I've just finished writing the first draft of my new article on Medium. It's 7 minutes to read it, so it's perfect timing. Coming back to it tomorrow. This week, because of the project that I will also start soon, I was comparing the prototyping tools that I've been using before, but not for a long time, so I had to revise them once again. And I decided on Experience Design. When I do the designs for myself, very often I do not use them at all because sketching is very often enough. Majority of prototyping tools are really similar, so if you know one, it's easy to use the other one. What differs the prototyping tool is very often the price and the level of functionality, if it's really mature product or not. This week I gathered a few brownie points, so together I have right now 464 brownie points, and I was active but not as I wanted. But still, the first 4 days I was active also on Gitter, helping others. So from Monday to Thursday I gathered a few more points to my 500 brownie challenge. The article is ready right now to be revised by Quincy, and I want to publish it in FreeCodeCamp's publication. When we talk about this article, I was focusing on how much did it cost me to earn this front-end certificate, I focus mostly on data, on numbers, and later discuss the details. I mentioned the resources, feedback, and a few things about sharing and paying back, and also what's next. So not to show you the whole story right now, I hope you will read it later on Medium. I will provide you the link once it's published. The way I'm writing articles is always planning it and later writing the first draft and coming back to it after one day, sometimes coming to it after a longer break if I have time. And polishing it, so changing what's needed. Also, unexpected things happen when it comes to new projects, because all of a sudden, last week on Friday, 3 new clients contacted me about the projects. I got two calls this week about new projects, which you have to connect with extra time needed for that. When you connect it with having hotel at home and working remotely from the same home and adding these extra hours, as a result, at the end of the week, you think, I didn't learn a lot. I didn't learn a lot of new stuff. So your motivation falls down. And the problem is that it's not the end. I get one more week like that, and I have to start also a new project and come back to the routine. Decision taking and replacing what you need to do first in this situation where your time is shrinking and a lot of unexpected things with guests happen. This taught me this week also how to manage my time better, how to manage my planning better. So for sure it's a lesson. I will do my best to use what I've learned this week, not to make the same mistakes. Keep on doing and plan wisely, and see you next week learning about Flexbox.